Good morning and welcome to I forgot the day. January 13th of 2024. And I'll tell you guys, it is cold today. It rained all day yesterday and then it got down to below freezing overnight, but like tonight's gonna be even colder. But I'll tell you something my dad used to say, and now he was a construction worker, don't know this. They can say some weird shit, but my dad would say, boy, it's colder than a witch's tit in an ice storm. And I'll tell you what, it is colder than a witch's tit in an ice storm today. So, for our card of the day, interestingly enough, for just January 13th, so 1 plus 1 plus 3 equals 5. And we get the 5 of Pentacles. And interestingly enough, aren't they just walking through the snow there, being cold? They are some witches with some cold tits in the middle of an ice storm. And they feel that they have nowhere else to go. They have a beautiful little sanctuary behind them with the lights on saying, hey, come on in, it's warm in here. But they don't seem to want to go in there, and they don't seem to notice that they can go in there. It is a day of feeling left out in the cold, of feeling that you are lacking something, maybe even finances. You have a hole inside of you that is not filled. Now, if we do the math for January 13th, and we include the year 2024, we have 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, and the first number we get in the breakdown is number 13, which is the death card. It is about change. It is about making change. It is about transcending your current situation so that you can rebirth into a new situation. It's about making the change that maybe you didn't expect to have to make, but know that if you don't make it, life is going to be harder. When things need to die, we need to accept that they need to die. We need to accept that things need to change. And when we see and know and have come to the recognition that something needs to change, like we probably are going to in this 5 of Pentacles, then we need to actually start to implement and make the change. And know that whenever you go through this change, it may be emotional, it may be hard, it may be intense, but making the change is going to be for the greater good. Because when we further break down the 13, 1 plus 3 equals 4. We see that our person who is protecting themselves is now back, but they have learned a better way to protect themselves. They have learned to save the money. They have learned to be more conscious of the things that they need to protect in their life that maybe they were a little less frugal with before. So when our person is learning to re-protect themselves and take that moment of rest, saying that they have decided to make this change, as we've decided to make this change because we no longer wish to be in this 5 of Pentacles moment. So we see that we are in the need of change. We see the change. We start to implement and say, I am going to cut this habit out of my life. I'm going to cut this way of thinking out of my life. I'm going to cut this way of feeling out of my life. I am going to cut this way of thinking out of my life. Thinking, feeling, doing, acting. We're going to cut these things out of our life so that we can now learn to preserve our energy, preserve our well-being, preserve our finances, preserve our own energy from there on out. It's the beginning of a lesson. We're not at the end. This is a 4. There's still more trials and tribulations to come, but it means that today we are going to start considering how we are going to make the changes we need to get from the period of having a hole within us to learning how we can reorganize, change, reorganize, redo how we try to fill that hole that is within us. I hope all of my untamed souls have a wonderful day. I'm hoping not to have too terribly long of a day at work, but we will see. And I hope everybody can enjoy their weekend. If it's cold by you, if there's a blizzard by you, I am so sorry. That sucks. I secretly am hoping for just like a little bit of snow, because I feel like I miss just having at least one day of just beautiful snow falling. But anyway, I will catch you guys later. Bye.